Hello, it's Aurora. This post, I think I may have touched on this topic before, but it's about self-acceptance and using visual mediums to heal lack of self-confidence. I was having a conversation with a friend last night, and he's a photographer, and we had gone out and shot some photos last week. And I was looking through them, and I liked them. There were some that I liked, but in general, I was like, I'm not as excited to see these as I have been in the past. And he was like, well, why? And I was like, well, 'cause I'm kind of bored. Like, I'm sick of looking at myself. I'm sick of looking at my face. And he started laughing, and he's like, why? And I was like, 'cause I don't think I need it anymore. You know, like, I'm kind of done. Not forever, but I'm feeling more intrigue about exploring outside of myself rather than continuing to go inside. I mean, I will continue to go inside, but I think it's my relationship to stuff is changing. Because I've healed a lot. And when I first started getting into modeling, I was doing it, I didn't know it at the time, but I did it to sort of find a way to see myself outside of myself. Because when I started, my self-confidence was shit. It was bad. And so I started out by doing photos with lots of costuming, like creating characters that were elaborate and kind of fun and over the top. And so that was a really easy way to kind of explore a nice soft step into the world, to explore what it was that I brought to the table without getting too crazy in depth too fast, because I was afraid of what I'd see. It was really difficult for me to do it, but I was afraid of seeing the ugly parts of me, the monster that I pictured myself to be in my head. And the more I started doing it, the more I realized, oh, I'm not such the monster that I thought I was. And then, so I moved on and took another challenge on and started doing nude modeling, which was a very different experience and very scary. But I really saw the bare, naked, ugly things about myself. But I also saw, and there wasn't anything as ugly as I had horribly imagined in my head. But I also found really beautiful stuff that I didn't realize I was capable of doing. And that was a real confidence booster. So, as I was having this discussion with my friend, he was saying how he's just behind the scenes, he hates looking at pictures of himself, and he was saying how maybe he'll start doing like one nude photo of himself, just for himself, like once a week. And I was like, I think that's a really fantastic idea, because you start seeing where your head is not tuned into reality, and you get a really practical view on, as long as you're ready to look, on who you are and what you represent externally, which can be extremely rewarding. And it doesn't mean that I'm not insecure about things. I am, but my opinion of myself is much higher because of that journey that I went on through modeling, because I could see myself through others' eyes, because of the feedback that I got from working with photographers, like saying, oh, this is an amazing picture, and creating something really great, and then also getting feedback from others, saying, wow, that's so cool. And yes, that's external validation, but some of that is needed. But I also just needed to see for myself, oh, now I get what that external validation is referring to. I can believe it now, whereas before I was like, you're full of shit. Anyway, nude Photography. I think you should go do it if you want. If you haven't done it, try it out. It's very powerful. It's very, very powerful.